Ubud is one of the main artistic and cultural centers of the island of Bali in the Indonesian archipelago and perhaps one of the most visited and well-known places.
que cuenta con una de las atracciones.
It has one of the most important tourist attractions, El Bosque de los Monos, or Monkey Forest in English.
Monkey Forest.
Monkey Forest, a sanctuary of the Balinese long-tailed monkey, a natural reserve of approximately 27 hectares in which there are several sacred temples and is famous in the world thanks to the groups of monkeys that inhabit it.
El nombre oficial sería.
The official name would be the Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary. If you ask in Bali about the monkey forest, everyone will know what you mean.
Existen varios recorridos por Bali.
There are several tours around Bali that include a stop at the monkey forest in their packages. It depends on how long you want to stay in this place, but there are tours of 5, 7 or 10 hours, and some include lunch.
Si deseas, también puedes.
If you want, you can also rent a car or motorcycle to visit it, or, as in the case of us, hire a driver to make your own excursion. It's quieter and cheaper.
Si hay una atracción en Ubud.
If there is one attraction in Ubud that stands out above the rest, this would undoubtedly be the Sacred Monkey Forest. It is great fun to walk through this reserve and meet hundreds of monkeys that walk, eat, bathe, groom their children, and have fun to their heart's content.
El lugar está abierto al público.
The place is open to the public every day from 8:30 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon, and the entrance costs 80,000 Indonesian rupiahs for adults, approximately 20,000 Colombian pesos.
Lo mejor es visitarlo.
It is best to visit it in the morning hours, since the temperature is more pleasant and you don't feel as much humidity from the heat as in the afternoons.
Algunas recomendaciones que debes de tener en cuenta cuando.
Some recommendations that you should take into account when visiting the monkey forest are: do not run, do not look monkeys in the eye, do not carry food in your bags, do not carry paper or plastic bags with you, do not feed them, do not wear sunglasses either, keep your bag closed and with you at all times.
Estos monos son muy rápidos.
These monkeys are very fast, and they will steal your items every chance they get, and you won't be able to get your things back. Don't touch them or bother them, especially babies, since mothers will always be on the defensive. Look at him, back here. Stefan, look at the bag, he's opening my bag.
No.
Oh no, shh. Come, run, he's going to bite me.
Si vas a este lugar acompañado por niños.
If you go to this place accompanied by children, it is good that you be attentive, that you watch them at all times, and that you make them aware of some of these recommendations, since these monkeys are wild animals and are unpredictable. With this, you will avoid spending more than one scare. You will have a good time, and you will have lots of fun.
Bali, contrario al resto de Indonesia.
Bali, contrary to the rest of Indonesia, mostly Muslim, practices Balinese Hinduism. It is a rare and exotic mixture of Hindu gods and doctrines, with animalist beliefs and cults of Buddhist saints. From the entrance you can see, on either side of the walkway, several stone sculptures that symbolize the energies that sustain the powers of the temples.
Algunas de estas esculturas datan
Some of these sculptures date from the mid-13th century, but they have been restored so many times over the years that the old edges and the more recent arrangements are mixed, and they are almost imperceptible to those of us who observe them.
puedes aprender sobre
You can learn about the culture and historical significance of the sites and temples. Inside the sanctuary, you will find local guides and staff who will be ready to help you during the visit and to recover the items that have been taken by the monkeys.
por los monos. Al igual que con cualquier sitio sagrado,
Just like with any sacred site in Bali, women with menstrual periods should not enter the grounds where their temples are located.
Mandala Susi Wenarawana.
Mandala Susi Wenarawana, a forest owned by the TvAgro community, in charge of managing, feeding, and caring for about 1,000 monkeys that are divided into 6 groups.
Los residentes
The residents of this community see in this forest an important spiritual, economic, educational, and conservation centre, which is governed by the Hindu principle of Trihitakarana,
tres formas de
3 ways to achieve spiritual and physical well-being, which seeks for people to live their lives harmoniously. This is to establish harmonious relationships between humans and humans, between humans and the natural environment, and between humans and the Supreme God.
y el Dios Supremo. El personal del parque
The park staff is in charge of feeding the monkeys bananas and sweet potatoes 3 times a day. They provide the main food source for these animals, which is also supplemented with papaya, coconuts, corn, cucumber, and other local fruits.
los visitantes
Visitors are prohibited from giving them food such as peanuts, cookies, bread, or sugary drinks, as these can affect their health.
los monos debido a sus conductas y
Monkeys, due to their behaviors and ability to adapt to different habitats, are among the most successful settlement primates in the world and have only been surpassed by humans.
son comúnmente conocidos
Are commonly known as long-tailed macaques or crab-eating macaques, their scientific name Macaca fascicularis.
es una especie de primate con
It is a species of primate with an open and down-turned nostrils separated by a thin septum, in the family Cercopiphysidae, found mainly in Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia.
están incluidos en la
They are included in the list of the 100 most harmful invasive alien species in the world according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature.
son mamíferos
They are opportunistic mammals, reaching the highest densities in degraded forest areas and habitats disturbed by humans.
Tienen pocos depredadores.
They have few natural predators, impact native biodiversity by consuming native plants, and facilitate tree seed dispersal. This species have historically benefited from its relationship with humans, and this interaction helps improve local economies, providing job opportunities to the communities where these mammals settle.
Donde se asientan estos grupos. Dentro del santuario.
Inside the sanctuary, it is common to see them near the edges of the stairs and the edges of the walkways, resting, eating, sunbathing and grooming their children. They take special care in choosing the places where they will rest. Each group sleeps in their own tree. When they do, they come together to maintain body temperature and protect themselves from the cold. Long-tailed macaques are excellent swimmers. They like to play in the water, and in the sanctuary it is common to see them playing in the ponds. Like other species of macaques, they live in groups of several individuals where females predominate, among which a hereditary matriarchal hierarchy is established. Each group of these also has alpha males, which copulate with a greater number of females, and more frequently than the rest of the males in the group. A female's pregnancy lasts about 6 months, and usually a baby is born that stays with its mother for about 10 months before being weaned and living independently. The youngest females in the group also take part in caring for the youngest. The weight of an adult female is from 2.5 to 5 kilograms on average, and that of a male is from 3.5 to 7 kilograms. They measure between 40 and 50 centimeters long, without including the tail that can measure between 50 and 60 centimeters. Females can last up to 20 years, and males up to 15. They reach sexual maturity at 6 and 4 years respectively. The fur of these monkeys tends to be greyish brown or reddish brown. Their face is grey-brown with whiskers between the cheeks and their eyes always directed forwards of a light green colour. They have a flat nose and the nostrils are narrow and very close together. They have shovel-shaped incisors and protruding canines.
Forma de pala y caninos sobresalientes.
The path is mostly shady due to the coverage offered by the trees.
Los árboles. El ficus banyan.
The ficus banyan and its roots stand out for their imposing presence. This tree is born in the height. Its roots grow until they reach the soil and commonly known as strangler trees or as banyan.
Como árboles estranguladores o como baniano. Se estima que este
It is estimated that this one may be over 100 years old.
es originario de la India y Sri Lanka.
It is native to India and Sri Lanka. Its leaves are also part of the diet of monkeys. Such is the fame of these trees that they have even inspired movies.
Caminando por el lado norte de Monkey Forest,
Walking along the north side of Monkey Forest, you will find the Holy Spring, a wonderful place that transports you to these ancient civilizations and their harmony with nature.
es uno de los templos que
It is one of the temples that you will find on the tour after passing through a bridge guarded by 2 dragons sculpted in stone.
en este templo se encuentra
In this temple, there is a pool also surrounded by small sculptures that represent various deities of the Hindu religion.
desde este lugar también
From this place, you can also see part of the path, the stairs, and the bridges where you will pass later.
la mayoría de estas construcciones
Most of these constructions were made of stone, which added to the high humidity, makes everything have a greenish coating due to mold.
del moho. Para entender el hinduismo balinés,
To understand Balinese Hinduism, it is necessary to differentiate it from the Hinduism that is practiced in other parts of the world today. It combines animalistic aspects, the cult of ancestors, Buddhism, and Hinduism. The worship of ancestors represents the belief in prosperity, associated with a close relationship between the living and the dead, prosperity that can be achieved through the worship and blessing of the ancestors.
por otro lado, está
On the other hand, there is animalism, which represents the belief in inanimate objects and other elements of the world, natural landscape that can possess souls that helps with the work of humans on Earth.
cabe anotar que
It should be noted that this sanctuary has several temples that were built centuries ago. The 3 most important are Pura Prajapati, Pura Behi, and Pura Dalam Agung.
Dalem Agung. Las áreas que rodean estos
The areas surrounding these temples are sacred to the Balinese, who consider that these and the forests that surround them are essential to maintain harmony between humans, nature, and the cosmos.
y el cosmos. La entrada al templo
The entrance to the temple of Pura Dalam Agung has the figures of Rangda, devouring children. Rangda is a demon queen according to traditional Balinese mythology, with a terrifying appearance, and who leads a group of evil witches in a fight against the leader of the forces of the good, called Barrel. She personifies evil and is usually shown as a naked old woman with long, disheveled hair and with her pendulous breasts. The Pura Dalam Agung is considered the main temple of the sacred monkey forest sanctuary and is worshipped there to the god Gyan Widi in the personification of Shiva the Transformer,
y se cree que fue construido
and it is believed that it was built in the year 1350.
este templo en particular juega un
This particular temple plays a very important role in the spiritual life of the local community, and that is why entry to this place is prohibited.
cerca de este templo también
Near this temple we can also see some sculptures made of stone that represent demons and deities from Balinese mythology, and they can be considered true works of art due to the mysterious and almost surreal quality of their carving.
casi surrealista de su tallaje. Terminamos nuestro recorrido
We finished our tour of the monkey forest finding a cemetery. The tombstones were a bit confusing for us since we didn't know if they were graves for monkeys or people.
De monos o de personas. Investigamos al respecto.
We investigated about it, and they told us the following. They belong to people who died recently and belong to the community where the sanctuary is located.
Santuario. Allí permanecerán hasta que se...
There they will remain until a mass cremation takes place, which takes place every 5 years. Families bury their loved ones in this place while saving for the lavish cremation festivities unique to Balinese culture.
Exclusivas de la cultura balinesa. Las ceremonias son colectivas.
The ceremonies are collective, and in them the families dig up their dead and cremate them in a ritual that is named Nagben.
Toda esta espiritualidad.
All this spirituality helps us to understand a bit of the magic that this place contains and shows us how it is possible to establish a balance in life, respecting the coexistence between people, animals and the environment.